Hey guys, it's Tim, and this is Wrestling Unlimited, as it's Friday, and that means tonight was Friday Night Smackdown. First night Smackdown does go. I thought it was a pretty good show, but there were portions of the broadcast I felt like they were stretching out a little bit. Again, as I said last week on the show, I felt like the 2-hour Smackdown is still kind of what we got. Sorry for me hitting the microphone. It's still kind of what we got, but in a 3-hour format. Basically, they took 2 hours, what they were used to do on a 2-hour show, and stretched it over 3. I said this about last week's show. I heard one or two other people say it about last week's show as well. So we'll see if it gets better. Luckily, this ain't going to be a 3-hour show forever. It's only going to be a 3-hour show for about 5 to 6 months. And then they'll be reverting back to a, back to a 2-hour Smackdown. But it's just the last 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks of this 3-hour Smackdown, it's felt like they took the 2-hour Smackdown and stretched it. Because that, like, opening segment with Cody and Heyman, and then KO coming down, and Cody leaving to go attack KO, and then Fatu and Tonga coming out and doing all that. Once Fatu and Tonga came out, and then Jimmy came out, it really felt like they were stretching there. That segment felt like it just was filling time early in this show. So we'll see if it gets better. We'll see how it all does play out eventually. But with that, I want to say thank you for joining us here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. Remember, if you're watching live on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can help us out by hitting that donate button down below, or by donating Twitch bits in the live chat. If you're watching on Twitch and want to get your comment read and heard, you can do so by donating them Twitch bits. Also, remember, if you're watching on Twitch, you can subscribe and support the channel one of 2 different ways. You can either subscribe with a tiered subscription, or you can subscribe with Amazon Prime, because remember, if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Prime Gaming. Prime Gaming gives you a lot of cool things like free games, free stuff for games, and you always get one free subscription to any Twitch channel you want to subscribe to throughout the month. And I greatly appreciate it if you did right here, Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Also remember, Also remember, you can help us out over on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. That way you know we go live. That way you know we post new videos. And that way you know when we post to the community tab. Also remember, if you want to support the channel another way, you could do so by hitting the join button and becoming a channel member. As a channel member, you get early access to certain videos. You get access to emotes and emojis you can use in the live chat in the comments, and much more coming soon. Remember, if you want to get your comment, question, or concern read live on the air, you can do so by donating a super chat in the live chat. And finally, head over to the Epic Game Store. Head over to the Epic Game Store and buy something. Whether you're buying a new game, whether you're buying an old game, whether you're claiming a free game or getting bucks for Rocket League, Fortnite, or Fall Guys, use this code right here, PW Unlimited, at checkout, and you will be supporting us at no extra cost. Maybe you're getting one of them newer games, maybe you're getting an older game, maybe you're claiming stuff for Fortnite. Whether you're claiming it in the shop for Fortnite on your PlayStation, your Xbox, your Nintendo Switch, your phone, your tablet. Maybe you're getting into the first season, season 1 of Marvel Rivals, which is all about the Fantastic Four. Use this code right here, PW Unlimited, at checkout, and you, again, will be supporting us at no extra cost. That's PW Unlimited for all Epic Games and Epic Game Store purchases. Oh. We got a new operator in Valorant? I did not know that. Might need to be checking out some Valorant. See? Go to the Epic Game Store, you'll learn things. Telling you, new season of Marvel Rivals live now. New Colombian ballistics expert Tejo blasts into the roster with one simple message: lose your ground or lose your life. Yeah, we got a new character in Valorant. Feel like it's been a while since we've gotten to anybody new, so that's awesome. I do need to jump back into more Valorant. Plus, we need to jump into more Marvel Rivals. Probably going to play that this weekend, do some streaming of it, especially with Season 1 out now. See how that all does play. But with that, we got Friday Night Smackdown to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett, the official commentators for the show. Unfortunately, if you want to call it this, Corey Graves has been demoted. Corey Graves is now the third man on Smackdown. Corey Graves is calling Smackdown with with Vic Joseph and Booker T for the time being. And basically, whenever he's needed on the main roster, he'll be used on the main roster. Now, I don't know what they're going to do pay-per-view wise. If it's still going to be Corey and Michael doing the main roster pay-per-views. We know like Rumble and Mania, SummerSlam, they'll probably have Pat on there. But I don't know what the plan's going to be for the pay-per-views. That's what we don't know, or the Saturday night's main events. Is it going to be Michael Cole and Wade? Because they're the two main roster ones that we may not see on the pay-per-views and the special events. Would it be Michael Cole and Pat McAfee? Would it be Michael Cole, Corey Graves, and Pat McAfee? I don't know. That's the one question and one thing we haven't got answers for yet. And we'll know soon because there's a Saturday night's main event in literally 2 weeks. 2 weeks from tomorrow. Joe Testator. Excuse me, trying not to burp right into the microphone. Joe Testator welcomes everybody as they show Portland, Oregon. Wade Barrett is Testator's broadcast partner. Basically, they just moved the Raw and SmackDown guys from one show to the other, including the ring announcers. So Michael Cole, Pat McAfee, and Alicia Taylor, they're now over on Raw. Well, Pat's kind of different. Anyways, but Wade, Joe, Lillian, they're now on SmackDown. They welcome us to the show. There's footage of Nakamura and Tiffany Stratton entering earlier in the day, and Paul Heyman was shown making his way to the ring for the opening segment of the night. We also got a video recapping Raw. Also, interestingly, I was told, I haven't gone back and watched it myself, but I was told by somebody that has gone back and watched the Raw broadcast on Netflix. Apparently, this person has rewatched it twice. And they said that when they first watched it, it was the whole broadcast, no edits, no nothing, no this and that. But in the last 24 hours, there's been edits to the Raw broadcast from Monday to the point where they have bleeped things out. So they have censored like The Rock and whatnot. So that's very interesting. Actually, I'll read to you what I was told. Let me pull up this message really fast. See if I can find it now. Where is it? Also, Drew McIntyre was in Portland for tonight's SmackDown, but not used on tonight's SmackDown. So that's an interesting one. I can't find this. Hold on. Here it is. Let me see. All promos, hype videos, and extra match footage that aired to international audiences during the United States commercial breaks have been removed for the VOD version of Monday Night Raw on Netflix, even internationally. I was told no extra footage was put on the show. I was also told here it says that interviews and segments with swear words have now been censored. So that's interesting. I think that's all that I got. Let me look. Yeah, that's all I was told. Very interesting on that front, but as far as the show does go, really good segment for the most part until, well, Tongans came out and whatnot. Tamatonga, Jacob Fatu, Paul Heyman. So my name is Paul Heyman, and it is the bit. Heyman said that he was excited to be there and announced that there is only one reigning, defending, undisputed tribal chief of the WWE Universe and the entire island of relevancy. And that tribal chief is Roman Reigns. Crowd starts chanting OTC. Heyman said that Reigns authorized Heyman to tell everyone that Roman intends to accomplish next. Heyman said that he wanted to share the news with one man in particular, and that man is Cody Rhodes. Cody's music hits and he comes out to the ring. Cody and Heyman shook hands, and Cody entered into the ring. As Cody entered into the ring, Heyman said that Cody deserves to respond to what he's about to say. He deserves the response he received. He also deserves the response that he's been receiving because he is the guy right now. He has earned this respect, and he's earned the respect of Roman Reigns, which very little have. Heyman talks about how great of a champion Cody has been, because Cody, well, is a great champion. He says, but Roman got the Ula Fala back. Now Roman's eyes are set on the undisputed WWE Championship. He wants his belt back. Heyman said that Reigns wants Cody to know this and has declared that Roman Reigns will be in the 2025 Royal Rumble match. He said he will earn his way to a match with Cody for the undisputed WWE Championship. Heyman then asked Cody, what do you want to talk about? Which is actually kind of funny the way he said it. The crowd chanted Cody's name as Cody asked for a microphone. Before Cody could speak, though, we hear Kevin Owens' voice. And Kevin Owens actually wasn't wrong yet again. Like, I might need to get one of them Kevin was right shirts or however it is. Owens says that just when he thought things couldn't get worse, Cody teaming with Roman, it seemingly did when he shook hands and hugged The Rock this past Monday on Raw. Owens brought up how Heyman just mentioned how Roman Reigns wants the title back. Owens said that he should have let the bloodline rip Roman to shreds. Owens kept rambling, and Cody ran out into the crowd, and the two just brawled. Basically, what Kevin is saying is, hey, Roman's coming for you, Cody. Maybe you should have let the bloodline beat him up so he can't come for you. Heyman was in the ring all alone when out comes Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu. They show up, and they basically look like they're going to attack Paul as they push him into the corner. Jimmy Uso's music hits. He runs down and for a moment does make the save. Jimmy grabs a steel chair and goes to hit both men with it. Tama Tonga goes down briefly, but Jacob Fatu no-sold it. Fatu then hit Jimmy with a flying elbow, and then the two worked Jimmy over. Fatu kicked a referee in the face, which made the rest of the referees scared to get in the ring to stop him. Cody finally made his way back to the ring and broke everything up, kind of dispatching of the bloodline, if we could still call him that. We still call him the bloodline? Or is it just Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa? I mean, Tama Tonga. Cody then threw Tama Tonga out of the ring. Fatu and Cody faced off for a moment. Cody clotheslined Fatu over the top rope, and Cody's music hit to end the segment. Again, like I stated, once Fatu and Tonga came out, it did feel like they were stretching, even for just a couple of minutes, even for just like a minute and a half. It just felt like there were times where like they would take down Jimmy for a second and they'd look around, and maybe they were just waiting on Cody, and then they like get on Jimmy again and look around. So I don't know if they were just waiting on Cody or what. So we go to a break, and when we come back, basically security and Nick Aldis are trying to kick Fatu and Tonga out of the building. Security's yelling at them, stand back, get out, go, this, that. And then there's one guy that's just standing there after Jacob Fatu throws a couple other security guys around. And he's just like, I didn't get exactly what Jacob Fatu said, but he starts yelling at the guy. So LA Knight just runs up, hits Jacob Fatu, throws him out the door, closes the door behind him, goes, hey, if you guys ain't going to do it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go win me a championship now. And the funny thing is LA Knight knows all about being security, because LA Knight has done extra work for WWE in the past as security. LA Knight has got a security background, technically. Oh, we do have some bit donations here from Esports Gaming Rules. Really do appreciate that. He says, this has been a newsworthy week for WWE. The WWE Raw Netflix debut has big numbers. Sure, we could break those down a little more and talk about them, but big, yes. Expected? A little lower than expected. Anyways, kind of. A Hogan get booed, which is crazy. Yes and no. I mean, he's been booed in the past at WWE shows. The Rock unexpectedly turned face. That's wild. Turned face and blew up his WrestleMania 41 plans and showed up on NXT. So we think he blew up his WrestleMania 41 plans. There is still a slight chance we can get like Rock and Roman. There's still that slight chance we can get Rock and Roman. It all just depends on what Rock wants to do. And many expect Rock to do something at Mania, even if it's not wrestling. Such a crazy week in WWE. And by the way, NJPW in San Jose this weekend. Yes, tomorrow is Battle in the Valley. You know, they will cheer on Gabe F. and Kid. Oh, yeah, probably. Probably. Like he also says, the 2025 women's and men's Royal Rumble matches is going to be unpredictable to have a winner. But to have a winner, now even during the PLE. I mean, I guess you could say it might be unpredictable, but you could say most Rumbles are unpredictable. Last year, not as much because many expected Cody. But this year, I think it's either, let me think for a second. I'm going Punk or Cena. Cena is the betting odds favorite right now. Roman is, I haven't written down, number 4 favorite. And this is from Bet Online AG. Number 4 favorite. I have the top 5 right here. So it's Cena, Punk, Rock, Roman, Rollins, top 5. I don't think Rock's even in the match. And how about the shade they threw at CM Punk? They put up the graphic for the men's Rumble, and it was just Roman and Cena. Yet, Punk stated on the post show he's going to be in the Rumble. So, I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know about all that. So, moving forward, we had our first title match of the night. The Women's United States Championship on the line. Match goes about 8.5 to 9 minutes. It was Chelsea Green defending against Michin. So Green went for a kick, and Michin moved. Michin then held control of the match early on, tried to go for the defeat. Chelsea got out of the ring, jumped back in the ring, and Michin did get the advantage, even with a pin attempt. Michin then stretched Green over the top rope, but it wasn't long before Green fought back and threw Michin to the outside. Green threw Michin into the corner barrier, but Michin made it back into the ring and beat a count, so she didn't get counted out. Green kept on the offense, and the show went to a commercial break. Back from the break, Green had the upper hand and worked a chin lock. Michin got out of it via a back suplex. Michin then landed a shotgun dropkick and did a little bit of, what do they call it? Hold on. There's a special name they call it. Low back attack or something like that. What do they call it? Hold on. I have it written down on Twitter. Yeah, she does the long back attack. Basically, she's twerking. And then goes for the cannonball in the corner on Chelsea Green. They call it the long back attack. This got Michin a 2 count. Michin went to throw Green, but Green countered by planting Michin face first onto the mat. Green went to the top rope and missed a drop kick. Michin then took control with a running knee. Michin went to the apron and kicked Piper Niven in the face. Michin then went to the top rope and hit a crossbody, but Green rolled through it, held Michin's tights, and pinned her 1, 2, 3 to retain and still your WWE Women's United States Champion. After the match, Michin tried to attack Green. Piper Niven interfered, hit a senton on Michin, and that allowed Green to get away. Now, here's my one gripe here. The way Chelsea won, with a handful of tights, whatever. I can see Michin bitching about it, but whatever. But then Michin trying to attack again after the match? Don't tell me we're doing a third. Don't tell me we're doing another one. Chelsea's won twice. We don't need a third. Give Chelsea another opponent, whether that's at the Rumble, Saturday night's main event, a couple weeks on Smackdown. They teased BFAB on social media today, so we'll see how that all plays in. I liked it because BFAB was talking to Nick Aldis. If you guys didn't see this video on social media, BFAB's talking to Nick Aldis. They're talking about the Street Profits. Street Profits, I guess, are hurt and out. I didn't even realize that. The Street Profits are out. They said, Nick goes, hopefully the Street Profits could be good and ready to go soon and back in action, whatever. And he goes, but I want to talk about you as a singles wrestler. And then Chelsea walks in. She bitches about having to defend against Michin. And BFAB tries to get involved. And she goes, how about you be gone? I would laugh so hard when she said that. This is the way she did it. She goes, how about you be gone? Play off the BFAB. And then she's like, you want to talk about titles? I want your title. So they teased on social media. BFAB wants to go for the Women's United States Championship. I don't know about that one. Moving forward, we got footage from last week's tag title match. Motor City Machine Guns were shown complaining to Nick Aldis earlier in the day. Pretty deadly A-Town Down Under, and Los Garzas were also there. Aldis basically is like, hey, everyone shut up and quit bitching. Stop arguing. We're going to figure out a number one contender. We're going to have some matches. Pretty Deadly, Los Garzas, you got gripes with each other, you're going to fight tonight. North State Machine Guns, A-Town Down Under, you're going to fight tonight. And the winners can face each other for a potential shot at the tag titles in the future. So that then leads to Los Garzas versus Pretty Deadly. I like Lillian doing the Los Garzas entrance because she does it because, she's got that Hispanic background. So she does it where she's not like Angel and Humberto. No, she's like making their way to the ring. Angel and Humberto, Los Garzas. Not quite like that. She does it better, of course. But I like how she's like, she doesn't call him Angel. To her, he's Angel. Angel and Humberto. I like that. I like that a lot. Here's my question for you, and I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. What do you think of Lillian throwing the yeah into her announcing of LA Knight? It felt weird because the crowd wanted to do it, and then she did it over the crowd, basically, because she was like, making his way in the ring from Los Angeles, California, L.A. Knight, yeah! And I was like, whoa. So usually just L.A. Knight, and the crowd does the yeah. But she did it, which to me felt weird. If she's going to do it every week, we'll get used to it. Right now, it just felt weird. Elite, I don't know what you're talking about. Brian Alvarez is a big fan of Chelsea Green. So I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Brian Alvarez talks up Chelsea Green all the time. He is a fan of hers. You wouldn't know that because you don't actually listen to the Wrestling Observer podcast, F4W Online. But as far as this match does go, Pretty Deadly and Los Garzas, not a bad match. I wouldn't call it great or anything, but it wasn't a bad match. It went about 9 minutes. Los Garzas jump-started the match, and Humberto hit a suicide dive on Wilson on the outside. Back in the ring, Humberto hit a standing moonsault. Really good looking one. They had like a flip into the big moonsault, kind of like an Andrade kind of deal. Angel tagged in and hit... Angel tagged in and hit 2 moonsaults on Wilson. They then hit him with a double super kick and got a 2 off of it. Humberto tagged in and landed a drop kick for a 2. Prince then got a blind tag and dragged Humberto over to the top and to the outside via a gnarly looking neck breaker. The show then went to a commercial break. Back from the break, Humberto was doing his best to turn things around against Prince, but couldn't do so. Elite, show me. Prove it to me. I haven't heard him say that. Wilson then tagged in and missed a splash immediately, which allowed Humberto to get the hot tag to Angel, who fired up and landed across body from the top rope for a 2 count. Angel did his take his pants off spot, which hasn't really been done in a while. It's the whole like take the pants off, and then you're supposed to like look out and have the crowd and the women go, woo! It was a big thing back in the day. I'm saying back in the day like it wasn't 2 years ago. Anyways, they haven't done that in a while. Do the pants of Wilson. He kicked him. Got a 2 off of it. Prince reasserted himself in the match and planted Angel while the referee was distracted. With the referee still distracted, Santos Escobar would crotch Prince, and from there, Los Garzas would hit their finish and pick up the victory. We then move on to our second title match of the night. It was LA Knight challenging Shinsuke Nakamura for the United States Championship. Now, here's my question, ladies and gentlemen. Do we still just call this the United States Championship? Or do we now call it the Men's United States Championship? It's not like we say the Men's WWE Championship compared to the Women's WWE Championship. We don't say the Men's NXT Championship compared to the Men's or the Women's NXT Championship. So do we put the men's on the men's now, or is it just the United States Championship? So again, they had roughly a 14-minute match that did end in a DQ. I'm going to say right now, I thought until the DQ finish, the match was actually going better than their match at Survivor Series. The match started slow, with neither wrestler really getting the upper hand early on. Nakamura eventually did get control and hit a running knee on Knight, who was draped over the apron. Knight tried to fight back, but Nakamura cut him off and went to work on Knight's knee. Knight found himself on the outside of the ring and ultimately clotheslined Nakamura and sent him to the floor. Knight followed this up with the baseball slide and proceeded to repeatedly pound Nakamura's head on the commentary table. Also, that new commentary table they used on Raw, they also used it on SmackDown. So that's the new commentary table. Way more beefy commentary table where I don't know if people are going to be breaking through this one. Knight followed that up with the baseball slide and proceeded to repeatedly pound Nakamura's head on the table. Back inside the ring, Knight clotheslined Nakamura over the top to the outside. Nakamura then... Nakamura then ran Knight into the ring post twice, and the show went to a picture-in-picture break. Well, if you're watching on the USA Network. If you're watching on Netflix internationally, you don't get the picture-in-picture break, which is unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Show returned, and the two traded blows until Knight took over and slammed Nakamura before hitting an elbow for a 2 count. Knight lifted Nakamura, but Nakamura worked his way out of it. Nakamura pulled the turnbuckle pad off the second rope and followed it up with a sliding German suplex. Nakamura was then on the top. Knight ran up the ropes and superplexed Nakamura for a good near fall. Knight then sunk in a weird version of his reverse Boston Crab, and Nakamura made it to the ropes to break the hold. Nakamura then went for an armbar, but Knight rolled Nakamura up and got a 2 off of it. Nakamura then popped up and kicked Knight. Knight went for a BFT, but Nakamura countered with a back elbow. Nakamura then followed this up with the Kinshasa, and Knight got his leg on the bottom rope to break the pin. Nakamura then put Knight's head into the exposed buckle, but Knight moved, and Nakamura ran into the exposed buckle. Knight went for a BFT when all of a sudden Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu would attack and cause the match to end in disqualification. That's what I thought. I thought it was LA Knight wins by disqualification. Yet later, they're showing graphics of results from earlier in the night, and it says Shinsuke Nakamura versus LA Knight, no contest. So because Knight was the one that got attacked, I thought it was a DQ, but no. They called it no contest. Actually, Elite, watching SmackDown on Netflix internationally, you do technically get commercial breaks, but they're not real commercial breaks. When the US version of SmackDown on the USA Network goes to a commercial break, all you see on Netflix, and actually, give me a second to see if I can pull this up. Give me 1 second. I might be able to pull this up to show you guys. Because this is what you see. Let me go to Netflix. Let me go here. Throw on that VPN, which, here we go. Let me find SmackDown. When I went to Netflix, when SmackDown was on, boom, it was the first thing there. Now it's not working. Why is my VPN all of a sudden not working? You're on, so why is it not working? Maybe I can't show you. Give me 1 second. If that's working. Netflix.com. Let me try this. Let me try one more thing. So I do that. Turn it on. It's connecting. VPN is on. Refresh. Okay, now we should be working. Netflix. SmackDown. Let me see if I can fast forward to one of the breaks on the VOD and see if it's there. Give me 1 second. Actually, I'll just let this load on the side, and if it loads, it loads. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Like, because I'm live is what's making it run slow. Taking up too much resources on my computer. Anyways, so LA Knight is attacked by Fatu and Tonga. And might just lost my notes. There we go. They're fighting and everything, right? Nakamura gets out of there basically. Fatu then hits like a great, or hits all his biggest moves. I wrote this really weird. On LA Night before Cody and Jimmy Uso run out to make the save. This time Cody dressed to wrestle instead of in a suit. They do the double super kick to Fatu. Tama Tonga retreats with Fatu through the crowd, and out comes a bunch of guys. Security and all kinds of people. And so they run out. Nick Aldis is there, and Cody's like, whoa, Nick, don't kick him out. Nick, don't send him home. I'm here. Jimmy's here. They're here. Give them to us in the main event. And Nick's like, are you sure? Is that what you really want? Is that what you want? Cody's like, give it to us. So he looks at Cody. Looks over at the bloodline. He's like, all right, thumbs up. Gave it to him. Got him. There's no such thing on a computer called the Fortnite tab. Anyway, so I think it's just my VPN. While I'm live streaming here, the VPN's not working properly, and I think it's because it's trying not to mess up the live stream. Anyways, so we get confirmation that later in the night, we will be seeing Cody Rhodes and Jimmy Uso versus Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga in the main event. So they move forward. Another tag team match. Motor City Machine Guns versus A-Town Down Under. Match goes about 12 minutes. Shelley and Waller begin the match, and Waller had the upper hand, and Theory tagged in. Theory then threw Shelley chest first into the corner and followed this up with a clothesline. Sabin eventually tags in and gave the Motor City Machine Guns control briefly before Waller tagged in and hit a series of knees to Sabin's head. Waller then landed a spinning right hand and got a 2 off of it. Waller then went for work on Sabin's arm, but Sabin kind of got out of it, ran up the ropes, tagged Shelley, and went to work. Motor City Machine Guns kicked and clotheslined Waller over the top rope. Sabin went for a splash, but Theory tripped him up. From there, Waller hit a rolling flatliner on Shelley inside the ring for a 2. The show then went to yet another commercial break. When we come back from the break, Waller and Theory stayed on top of Shelley. Theory worked chinlock on Shelley. Waller tagged in, and Shelley ran Theory into Waller and super kicked Theory. Shelley then rolled and tagged Sabin, who landed a series of punches on Waller. Sabin then went to the second rope and hit a missile dropkick on Waller. Shelley tagged in, and the two landed stereo baseball slides on Theory and Waller. MCMG followed that up with Sabin's suicide dive through the ropes. Great look of spot. Just the way, Shelley holds it open, and then Sabin dives through. Always looks really good. Always looks good. Inside the ring, Shelley tagged in Sabin, and while Waller ran the ropes, Theory tagged himself in. The action spills to the outside, and Sabin ran at Waller, but Theory cut Sabin off with an elbow. Waller tagged in and hit a series of moves like double punch on Sabin's head and got a 2 off of it. Shelley eventually tagged in, and things kind of broke down for all 4 men. Sabin then tagged back in. A lot of tagging in back and forth from MCMG. Sabin then tagged in and took Waller out. Shelley and Sabin then single Theory out, hit the skull and bones, and pinned him 1, 2, 3 to pick up the victory. So there we go. Motor City Machine Guns do get the victory. And so one would assume next week we could be getting, and I think they did announce this. Let me double check. I don't have it written down, but I do have all the graphics of what they announced for next week. I think they already announced it. Motor City Machine Guns versus the Garzas. Yes. It was officially announced. Motor City Machine Guns versus Los Garza. But as we move on forward, Ciampa Gargano were watching backstage and not too happy. They had Pretty Deadly run up on him, who asked DIY, hey, where were you? Why didn't you come help us? We helped you last week. Gargano said Pretty Deadly will get their title shot eventually, but Pretty Deadly needs to trust them. They leave, and Apollo Crews comes up. Apollo Crews is playing shit stirrer now. He's just a shit stirrer. And he's like, man, you guys got played. Man, you guys got played. He said they must be so dumb to believe DIY. They deserve everything they got coming to them. I'm like, oh, okay. Cool, whatever. Second week in a row that they've used Apollo Crews just hey, I'm going to tell these heels they're stupid, or hey, I'm going to tell these guys they're dumb kind of thing. But as we move forward, Nia Jax is with Candice LeRae in the back. Talk about how Tiffany's going to the ring next. And Nia goes, well, I may just have to meet her out there. So Tiffany Stratton comes out to a big positive reception from the crowd, as she is announced, of course, as the new Women's Champion, WWE Women's Champion. So she comes out, gets a good babyface reaction from the live crowd, this, that, and so forth, and then just plays heel, which is very weird. Just plays heel. But Byron Saxton's in there to interview her. Saxton congratulates Stratton as she yells, "It's Tiffy time!" She also called it it's been a Tiffy turn of events. I'm like, it's been a what? Who did a what? Basically, Stratton recapped everything that we've seen. Her coming to the main roster, winning Money in the Bank, becoming friends with Nia, turning on Nia, only becoming friends with Nia so that way she can turn on her, this and that. And she goes, I beat all your favorites. And I go, oh, I heard that line before. She a Denny Hamlin fan? If you don't know the context there. So she says, I beat all your favorites, right? But Denny Hamlin, was it 2 years ago now? Gotta be 2 years ago now, 2023. Wins the Bristol night race. And the crowd's booing him, right? And he looks up at the crowd during his post-race interview and just goes, I beat all your favorite drivers. So the whole beat your favorites thing, heard that one before. Anywho. She keeps talking more about what she's done, and she really sounds like a heel. Saxton then starts talking about Jax bullying her, but Stratton just cuts him off. Stratton said that Jax got to trust her, and Jax thought Stratton was just dumb, a dumb blonde, but I'm more than that. And when Nia had her guard down, well, you saw what happened. Stratton said she stole Jax's most prized possession. Stratton then yelled to put respect on my name. Tell me what time it is. And that's when Nia comes out. Nia comes out, pissed as hell, calls her an ungrateful little shit. Her words, not mine. You ungrateful little shit. I liked it a lot. I laughed so hard. Jax said, I'd come down right now and kill you. I'm like, fuck. Jax said that Stratton would be nothing without her. I made you. Jax said that it took Stratton long enough to take advantage. Jax then walked down the ring and onto the ring apron, down to the ring and onto the ring apron, then into the ring. The crowd chanted Tiffy time. And Jax said, time's up. But before they could really do much, Bayley comes out. Jax said, I'm going to get the title back. Tiffany said no, and then out comes Bayley. Bayley's walking down the ramp with the microphone in hand. Bayley told Jax to shut the hell up and told Stratton he always thought that Tiffany was pretty stupid. Bayley recalled how Jax only beat me for the title because, well, Tiffany helped you. And now Tiffany's outsmarted you. Bayley stepped into the ring and said that wise turn of events. Bayley said it was only fitting that she now take the title from Stratton. Nia took it from me, you took it from Nia, I take it back, and out comes Naomi and Bianca Belair. And Naomi's like, wait. If anybody's getting a shot at Tiffany, it's going to be me. Because of what happened last week. I had Nia beat. Naomi said that I should have walked out of SmackDown last week holding 2 titles. Naomi said that Jax has to see her first before going through Stratton. Jax said that nobody cares about Naomi. He kind of just pushes her off and gets in Bianca's face, and then Naomi attacks, and they all just start brawling. All 4 women are fighting, and then Tiffany gets on the top rope, hits a moonsault on all of them, and goes to run off. As she goes to run off, Nick Aldis comes out. Nick Aldis comes out and goes, hey, ladies, we don't need any of this right here, right now. How about this? Y'all want to fight for the title? We make a fatal 4-way match. And the winner of that match will get an opportunity at Tiffany Stratton in the WWE Women's Championship. And how about we do that fatal 4-way match right now? We did get a fatal 4-way match where it was Nia Jax, Bayley, Bianca Belair, and Naomi fighting for the number 1 contendership. Also, Dan Garcia showed up at West Coast Pro Wrestling. Hot damn. Got him here with Titus Alexander and Starboard Charlie. That was just sent to me. That's cool. So, if you really look at it, Nia and Naomi technically aren't family. Because Nia is related to The Rock. But Nia, and I haven't looked at the family tree that they put up before Mania in a while, but Nia is not related to the Usos. Rock's not even technically blood related to the Usos. So it's like you can maybe kind of say, oh, Naomi and Nia, they're family, but they're really not. When you really look at it, they're not. Because again, Naomi is married to Jimmy Uso, who is not blood related to The Rock. Nia is blood related to The Rock. But if The Rock is not blood related to the Usos, then yeah, it's a whole weird kind of thing. It's a weird kind of thing. Naomi is on that family tree because she's married to Jimmy. Let me pull it up really fast. The Bloodline family tree. Let's look really fast. The Bloodline family tree. Let me see. Where's the full image of it? All right, let's see. Rocky Johnson, Dwayne Johnson. No. Nia is not on this list. Nia is not on the family tree. Well, that's a thing. Nia is not on the family tree. Pull this up right here. Hold on. This is not the greatest picture of it. Give me 1 second, see if I can find a better picture of it really fast. But the one that I got here, Nia is not on the family tree. Is there a better shot of it? Because the one I got is a little pixelated and hard to see. That's the same one. Here we go. Let's look at this one. Let me pull this up on the screen. As we see here, you got all these people over here. Trinity Fatu Naomi because she's married to Jimmy Uso. She is on the family tree. If we look, this is the Uso side, the Roman, the Anoa'i side. This is the Maivia side. Right? Oh, Nia is on there. Okay, I didn't look. I didn't see. And it's like, I wish I could zoom in a little more. So, yeah. She is on there. Okay, never mind. I couldn't see it on the other one I had because if you look here on the other one I had, I couldn't even read that said Nia Jax because it was so blurry. But Nia is on the family tree. Okay, so I do take that back. But look how she's not connected anywhere. They just threw her dad Joseph on there. They just threw her dad Joseph on there. Tim, you have zoomed. I know I have zoomed. I've zoomed on purpose. Like her dad's not connected in any way. It's just like, and what does it say? First cousin of who? Hold on. Ah, crap. Can I? Here we go. It says that he is first cousin of. Who the heck is that? Fene Anderson? First cousin to Fene Anderson. Okay. Yeah, that's pulling strings now. That's pulling. Yeah. But now I really shouldn't even be on that. Because I always thought, I thought Naya's dad was cousins with Rock's mom, Ata. That's how they were related. But I don't know. Okay, whatever. Like they aren't family. Who knows? Because I've heard that they didn't even know each other till they were all in WWE together. Like Nia, Naomi, whatnot. Anyways, so they're all brawling. Nick comes out, says we're going to do a 4-way. Woman gets a future shot at the title. Who is this Tom you speak of, Neon? No, you say I was right. Not really. Technically, nobody's right and nobody's wrong. Because I mean, it's a fake family tree, anyways. I mean, isn't Tamatonga and them on this as well? I think so. Hold on, let me look back on this. Because if Haku's on this, let me see. No, they're not. Wait. No, they're not on this. I thought Haku was on this. So I was to say, if Haku was on this, then it's really not real. They kind of kept it whatever. But, yeah, because there's Ava, Simone Johnson, and then Tamina and Deuce are technically on there because Superfly Jimmy Snuka, who even shouldn't be on this either. Like, it's so convoluted on who is on this and where they've placed them and everything. Yeah. It's weird. It's weird. Anyways, back to the show. Fatal 4-way match. Naomi and Belair teamed up early on against Jax until Jax tried to suplex both of them at the same time. Barely got them over. Bayley then returned to action after being thrown out of the ring and pounded on Nia. Jax threw Bayley away. The babyfaces went after Nia, but Nia pushed them all away. Naomi, Bayley, and Belair stared at each other for a minute, and then Jax pulled Belair to the outside. Bayley and Naomi locked up in the ring. Naomi did get the best of it until Bayley came back with the two were trading pin attempts and almost got the 3. Bayley was then pulled to the outside by Jax, and Jax threw Bayley into the crowd. Little crowd barrier, the barricade. Inside the ring, Naomi landed a chin breaker on Nia. Naomi then leapt at Jax, and Jax caught her and slammed her for a 2. Belair tried to lift Jax, but Jax stopped her. It all just kind of like turned into a big mush, and there's a dropkick from Bayley into Nia. Belair then pounded on Nia in the corner. Jax powerbombed Belair, but Bayley broke up the pin attempt. After a commercial break, Jax slammed Naomi, but Bayley and Belair broke up the pin attempt. Bayley and Belair then took turns punching Nia. Bayley and Belair sent Nia to the outside, and then they went after each other. Bayley rolled up Belair and got a good 2 off of it. Bayley then rolled Belair up again, but Jax broke up the pin. Naomi finally returns to action and kicked Jax before landing a Russian leg sweep. Naomi hit a split-legged moonsault and got a near fall on it. Bayley then jumps onto the top rope as Nia is still down, hits an elbow drop, gets a 2. Bianca then goes to the top rope as Nia is still down, hits a 450, gets a 2. The babyfaces then tried to pin Jax all at the same time, and the ref's like, I don't know how to count. I can't count anyone. Who am I supposed to count? And so then they all just start going at it. When Candice LeRae runs down, and they're like, Candice, what is she doing here? And the ref's like, don't get involved. Hey, you, don't get involved. So Candice runs to the outside to go check on Nia. And Naomi then jumps out, and they start fighting. Well, Naomi and Bianca double team Bayley first, and then Naomi leaves the ring, and they all start fighting. Bayley then went after Jax on the outside as well. Jax caught Naomi and ran her into the ring post. Jax then returned to the ring, was a recipient of a shoulder block from Belair. Bayley then hit the Bayley to Bayley on Belair, but Naomi broke up the pin. Naomi hit a rear view on Bayley, and Nia broke up the pin. Jax then dropped Naomi, and Belair broke up the pin. The match then kind of reset for a second with all 4 women down in the middle of the ring. Belair then planted Bayley and hit a moonsault on her for a 2. Belair lifted Bayley for a KOD, and Candice LeRae kind of broke things up, pulling the hair of Belair. Belair then accidentally hit Naomi with the braid, whipped her with it when she pulled it out of Candice's hand. Jax and Belair then fought on the outside over the commentary table, Bailey then hit Naomi with the rose plant and pinned her 1-2-3 to pick up the victory. So there we go. Getting that win. Next week, Bailey will challenge Tiffany Stratton for the championship. As we move forward, Cody and Jimmy were shown backstage, and Cody said that he knew Roman wants the title back, and it's all good. He understands. Cody walks away, and Carmelo Hayes comes up, big jam, and he like kind of threatens him, but doesn't. And then Jimmy kind of like makes fun of him. He's like, every time you shoot, you miss. What's up, brick? And then it's like, bum, 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 huh? So, yeah. That's the thing. We're building up to a Jimmy Uso, Carmelo Hayes match, it seems like. Bailey was walking backstage and ran into Byron Saxton, who said Bailey's match against Stratton will take place next week. Bailey said she's grown up in this business, and she pointed out that Stratton has never beat her. Also next week, we learn Motor City Machine Guns versus Los Garza and the return of Solo, who, well, just missed 1 week. So is it really a return? Jacob Fatu backstage yelling while him and Tama Tonga were headed towards the ring. Fatu's tone shifted from crazed Soul Skull follower to more serious approach, and I really liked it. But before we talk about our main event, we got to talk about our sponsor. That's David's Cookies. When it comes to delicious, there's nothing quite like David's Cookies 5-pound cookie and brownie tin. Imagine the joy of opening a tin filled with an irresistible assortment of freshly baked cookies and rich, fudgy brownies. Perfect for sharing with family, gifting to friends, or indulging yourself. This tin is packed with love and flavor. Whether it's for a special occasion or just because, make every moment sweeter with David's Cookies 5-pound cookie and brownie tin. Order now with our link in the description below. Hit that QR code on the screen or use our link pwunlimited.co/David's Cookies now to get yourself or someone special that ultimate dessert experience. Moving forward, we do have our main event of the night. Cody Rhodes and Jimmy Uso against Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu in about a 13 to 13 and a half minute match. This was good. Again, another big dominant victory for Jacob Fatu. Cody and Tama Tonga start things off, who have fought in the past in New Japan, so they know each other pretty well. Cody dropped Tonga. Cody went to Tonga's arm, tagged in Jimmy, who then went to the top and came down right on the left arm of Tama Tonga. Tama Tonga fired up and beat Jimmy up in the corner. Fatu then tagged in, and Fatu went to work on Jimmy Uso. Fatu landed a pop-up Samoan drop and Jimmy, and then they went to a break. Again, if you're watching on USA Network, you got the picture-in-picture. If you're watching on Netflix, you ain't got that. You're seeing different Smackdown wrestlers in like a studio with a bunch of lights around them, and the camera's all moving around. They're doing their poses and this and that and whatnot. And it just says, we'll be right back. Let me see if I can get this working. Give me one more second to try something, guys. All right, if I go here and go here. That works there, so why is it not working the other way? Okay, give me 1 second to try something. Let me delete this. Now let me try this. Let me click United Kingdom. Connected. Okay. Oh, I think we got something here. I can show you guys now. If it's still on the VOD. Let me find like a commercial break. Here it is. So this is what you see, and I can't actually play it, of course, but I could just show this. When you're watching on Netflix, you basically see this. If you're watching on Smackdown and NXT on Netflix, you see these screens. There's just the wrestlers that are on SmackDown, and it says, "We'll be right back," while USA Network is in commercial. USA Network is getting picture-in-picture. Netflix is not, which is unfortunate. Netflix is not getting the picture-in-picture. USA Network is. Let me see. Is there another shot here? Or is it just all Andrade? Fatu. Then we go to commercial break here. That's just a regular Raw commercial, so that's nothing. Yeah, so basically this is all it is. They're in this like studio. They got lights all around them. They're getting slow camera movements and everything. That's what you see when you watch on Netflix, which is very, very unfortunate. Turn off that VPN. So, as far as this main event, when we come back from the break, the show returned and Tama Tonga tagged in to dropkick Cody and work Jimmy's leg and yelled some things because he's Tama Tonga and he's just always yelling crazy shit. Fatu tagged in and landed a senton on Jimmy after hitting Cody off the apron. Fatu then landed a hip attack on Jimmy. He did this 2 times. After the second time, Fatu got the 2. And Fatu got a 2. Fatu placed Jimmy on the top rope and screamed, "I love you, Solo!" Jimmy then fought back and knocked Fatu off the ropes. Jimmy eventually hit a spinning splash on Fatu, and Cody received the hot tag. Cody did the big hot tag power up deal. Cody snap power slam Tonga, who also tagged in. Tonga received a disaster kick. Cody lifted Tonga up, but Tonga got out of it. Fatu and Tonga, they were on the outside, and Cody landed a suicide dive on both heels. Back in the ring, Cody did the dusty punches, the elbows, and on Tonga for a 2. Cody then looked to be going for the crossroads on Tonga, and Tonga countered it into a DDT. He got 2 of his own. Cody lifted Tonga up and perched him on the top rope while he tagged in Jimmy. Cody and Jimmy did a variation of a Power and Glory. Fatu then broke things up, though, so no pin was attempted. Cody then hit a Cody cutter on Fatu, and Jimmy sent Fatu over the announce desk. Then, as Cody's in the ring with Tama Tonga, here comes Kevin Owens. Kevin comes walking down the aisle, and Cody immediately sees him and beelines for him. Just says, "Oh, bye-bye, Jimmy. I'm going to go take care of this fool." Jimmy hit a spear on Tonga in the ring and went for the Uso splash, but Fatu pulled Jimmy to the outside. Fatu then tagged in and slammed Jimmy's head on the commentary table before rolling him back into the ring. Fatu hit the Impaler DDT, moonsault, and pinned Jimmy to pick up the victory, so the Bloodline win. At the same time, Cody and Kevin are brawling up the aisleway, along the stage, through the crowd, and over towards the production area. They then get on production boxes. Owen sets up for a powerbomb, but instead, the 2 trade punches. From there, Cody somewhat spears Kevin off the production boxes, and they fly through 2 tables and hit the concrete below. They both sell the pain really well, and the show goes off the air. So the show goes off the air with Kevin and Cody brawling, going through these tables, and I think it was Wade goes, "I don't even know if these 2 are going to make it to the Royal Rumble." So that's how the show goes off the air. That's how the show goes off the air. With the 2 going through a table, brawling. Good episode of SmackDown. I enjoyed it. I really did. Again, like I said, at times it felt like it was stretched a little and dragged in like 2 or 3 spots, but not enough to pull my enjoyment. Like last week, there were times where I'm like, man, they're really stretching for time and I'm not liking this. This week, you could tell a couple times they stretched for time, but not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. But with that, guys, that is everything that took place tonight on SmackDown. Let me get the poll going here on Twitch. What did you think of SmackDown? I liked it. It was all right. I didn't like it. Got those going. Let's get the other polls here as well. As far as the, Threads poll does go. 71% liked the show, 14% thought it was just all right, and 14% didn't like it. Look at the Facebook poll. Looks like I liked it as winning. It was all right as in second, and I didn't like it is third place. Twitter X poll. Refresh that really fast. 52% liked the show, 33% thought it was just all right, and 14% didn't like it. As far as the YouTube community poll does go, 73% liked the show, 18% thought it was just all right, and 9% didn't like it. Looking at the YouTube live poll, 75% liked the show, 22% thought it was just all right, and 3% didn't like it. So in all these polls we've read so far, I liked it has won all of them. Yet Twitch is the outlier. Got a couple votes there. And everyone voted it was just all right. It was all right. So yeah, there we go. So with that, guys, that is going to wrap everything up. I want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PW Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. With that, have a great rest of your night. Have a great weekend. I'll see you back here live Monday for Monday Night Raw. Have a good one, guys.